Hey YouTube, Carlos MCSC here, and today we're going to talk about the iPhone 6s. Well, the iPhone 6s comes out and it has something that we were sort of expecting, which was 3D touch or Force Touch for the iPhone. So what Apple showed us in the demo at the keynote was something that they call peek and pop. So peek is when you press on the screen a little bit and you can preview a link on preview email. And a pop is when you press a little harder on that preview and the application actually pops up to you. So if you're previewing a website, Safari will pop up. If you're previewing an email, the email will pop up. It also gives you a contextual menu, kind of like a right click. So when you press on an icon, depending on which icon, which application you're pressing, it'll give you a menu for that application. A lot of people are dismissing this as a gimmick that it's been on Android before, but 3D Touch is an actual hardware innovation for the iPhone. So 3D Touch is basically a new screen. It is a screen that is able to register the amount of pressure that you're putting on the glass. So there is a capacitive layer that is built right on top of the digitizer. And that is measuring the distance between the glass and the digitizer. So the actual screen is able to measure the pressure that you're putting on the screen when you're pressing on it. This is an innovation that is not on any other phone, and you can't really say that it's just a peek and a pop or a hover with an S Pen or anything like that, because we haven't really seen what the software developers are going to do with this technology. This could be something that in gaming or other applications that really takes over the development of the new apps to support pressure sensitivity. And when I talk about developers of apps, and I'm also including Google in that. So Google now is going to have to reimagine all of their apps to be pressure sensitive. So imagine Google Maps, for example, that is also pressure sensitive. So depending on how the developers of those apps are going to embrace this pressure sensitive technology, if it's something that catches on, we may see every Android flagship with a pressure sensitive screen next year. So don't be too quick to dismiss this new technology. I'm going to hold my opinion on it for now and see how we see other developers integrate pressure sensitivity into their apps. I can imagine if I was developing a game, how I could integrate this new technology into my game. I mean, just imagine the possibility. It also has an improved camera. The front-facing camera is actually now 5 megapixels instead of 1.2 megapixels, and the iPhone is able to use the screen as a flash. The primary camera on the back is now a 12 megapixel camera able to take 4K video. And of course, the better the files, the bigger the files, and they are offering you the entry-level iPhone still at 16 gigabytes. So I would say to you that a 16 gigabyte phone right now, especially an iPhone with all these new capabilities, if you're going to buy an iPhone as your primary mobile device and you want to use all of these capabilities fully, that you pay a little bit more for the 64 gigabyte. Because of the new 3D Touch, they're having to fit a Taptic engine inside of the iPhone. So they're having to cut the battery in order to fit this Taptic engine inside the iPhone. So the battery is actually smaller now. The iPhone 6s went from 1,810 milliamp hours to 1,715. And the iPhone 6s Plus went from 2,910 to 2,750 milliamp hours. Now, because of the A9 and iOS 9, I expect the iPhones to have about the same battery life, but don't expect the iPhone 6s to have a better battery life. That's just not gonna happen. So the iPhone 6s are really good upgrade to the iPhone, very exciting new technology that we will wait and see. It's a great addition to the productivity of an iPhone. It's a great addition to iPhone users, something that, as far as peek and pop and what we saw in the demo, is something that Android users are able to do already, but in the way that the developers are going to embrace pressure sensitivity, that is something that remains to be seen. So let's see, we may see a Galaxy S7 next year with a pressure sensitive screen. You never know. And that's it for the iPhone 6s. Tell me what you think about the iPhone 6s in the comments below. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, click subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.